I am Nick Shell.
I am Mario Garcia.
And together we are
Jeep Hombres.
This video is not even about me at all. It's about Mario. I remember when I met him ages ago, and we're talking late March of 2019.
Yeah.
And we're filming this in like early May 2019. Because remember, if you've seen our intro video, the very first episode in our series of Jeep Hombres, you will know that I had never actually driven a Jeep before. And so I met Mario just randomly at a restaurant, and we went out to the parking lot and I got to check out his. And he told me a story, and I still kind of think I have some questions about it. Mm-hmm. But let's talk about I wanted to say the broken clutch story, but it's not that. Go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, so this is actually a date story.
Going back to our chick magnet video.
Yeah, going back to the chick magnet video, exactly. I was on a date with the girl that I'm actually dating now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
There's already something on there.
Yep.
Okay.
So this was a year ago, and when this happened, and so she does not know how to drive stick shift, and we went. I planned this fun date. We went go-karting. We ate at her favorite Thai food restaurant.
Thai food is the best.
Yep, so good. And then we went go-karting after that.
Which Thai restaurant was it?
It was a place called Thai Phuket in Nashville,
okay.
right by the Titan Stadium.
Okay.
And so, yeah. But so we went there and we went go-karting afterwards. And after that, in the area that we went, it was called Nashville Karting. These go-karts go super fast. A lot of fun, recommend it. Great date idea. But we went and the parking lot was empty when we were done. So I asked, I was like, hey, do you know how to drive stick shift? And she was like, I don't. My dad tried to teach me when I was younger, but just never got it, never picked it up. I was like, okay, well, do you want to learn? She was like, yeah, totally. So the parking lot was empty. There was a very, very slight incline. And for those of you that drive a manual, it's Jeep Wranglers, you guys know that like any kind of incline, as soon as the car starts to roll back a little bit, there's that like scariness of like, oh my gosh, and then you tend to kind of freak out a little bit. Well, that's kind of what happened. She was getting it. She was struggling with first gear a little bit. She was kind of, she couldn't really find the balance of pushing in the clutch, letting off the clutch, and pushing on the gas, that sort of thing. And the car was kind of jiggling or jolting a little bit. And she eventually got it, went into second gear, then went into third gear, then slowed down, and then but when she got to that part of this steep incline, she was afraid of going back. So she put it into first gear and she tried to go forward, and she eventually was just like, she couldn't really gauge it. The car was shaking back and forth big time. And then she just popped the clutch and we heard this loud pop. And I was like, what was that? I thought it was my rear bumper kind of like made a noise, because it made it sound like a similar noise like that when I slammed the tire back into the rear bumper. And so I go around and I look, and I thought the transmission broke. I thought the transmission completely dropped from the Jeep. That's what it sounded like. So I went underneath, I took a look, and nothing was wrong. Didn't really find anything. So I got back in. She was terrified at this moment and scared. So we switched spots. Get in, put it into first, and I tried to accelerate. The car turned out fine. It shifted into first gear fine. I tried to accelerate, and I heard like a clicking noise in the back, and I was like, man, what's that? Turned out that she actually broke the rear axle on the driver's side completely, like the torsion from the car jolting back and forth and her popping the clutch just completely shattered it. And so I actually have the piece still, and it's hanging from my rearview mirror if you guys want to take a look at that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
I'll take my camera to go here.
So it's this little thing that she broke. I don't know if you guys can see that well, but yeah, so it's that little thing, and I use that now as a reminder to not teach anybody on my Jeep that doesn't know how to drive a manual. And yeah, it's kind of just like a fun little memory. And so that's the story of how I broke the rear axle. It really wasn't that expensive of a fix either, so that was kind of nice.
But how'd you get out of there?
We actually had it towed.
Yeah.
So we had to call a towing truck to come take it down. We were in Nashville, so we had it brought all the way down to Franklin and kept it at a repair shop for about a week. It took about a week to get it done. And so they fixed that there.
Well, and then also, so how, in general, how would one prevent this happening from them?
I think, honestly, if it comes down to it, I was probably just a poor instructor on trying to show her that you have to find the balance between the clutch and the gas. And also probably teaching her that, like, if you do get scared, just push in the clutch all the way, you know?
Yeah, because that's what I was seeing when you were telling the story. Had she just, the clutch would have taken care of the issue.
Yep, exactly, yeah. So that was, I would say that's probably the way to prevent that from happening, but who knows?
Now you know the story of the broken
Rear axle.
There it is.
Yep.
You got comments? They belong right here in the comments.